Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to a special video for the Here to Slay. This is the Vital mini-series. So if you've been watching all my videos, I did one of these for Unstable Unicorns. Now they came out with one for Here to Slay. So they're little blind box miniature figures. They have 10 of them. 8 of them are revealed. There's 2 mystery ones. So if you're familiar with the Here to Slay game, there's going to be one for each class, plus the 2 mystery ones are for the brand new classes, which the set's out, it's coming out, it's the Berserker and Necromancer classes. They announced them way back when, and then the pandemic hit and it kind of slowed everything down. The set should shortly be coming out and hitting retail areas. So we're going to go through a full case. So I will be getting every single one in here. Because there's two of each and then one of each of those of the special ones. Each one also comes with a special exclusive card. I believe they're the exact same text and everything on the original cards. They just might be different artwork or different, or like their foil. I know that for sure. They might have different artwork on them. I think the original and the Unstable Unicorns, they were just foiled. They might have a slightly different artwork. I don't remember. But we're going to open up. But the other thing we're going to do is, because I have a full case, I'm going to go through and we can show you where each one in this box was. So if you get to a retail store or hobby store or your gaming store that has one of these, and it's a full case, and you're, instead of digging for them, you want to know what's in each box. So if you want a specific figure, you know where it's in the box if nobody's opened it. So maybe that'll help you figure out what you're getting. So we're just going to jump right in here. So we're going to start with the top corner, and I'm going to go this way, and then we're going to do second row and then third row. So I'm not going to keep this sitting necessarily right in the front the entire time. Alright, so we're going to start with the front corner. I'm going to grab some scissors quick, one moment. Alright, sorry about that. I just don't want to have to try and fight with opening these every time. So on the box here, let's take a quick look. Focus up here. So you're going to have one mystery figure, exclusive Here to Slay promo card. Even if they have the same text and everything, even if they just have different art or they're shiny, they're technically exclusive and promo. So each one of the little miniatures is going to look like their original card. We'll have to look on the box. Once I pull the second one, we'll have to compare to see if there's any numbers on them too. I've done a bunch of mystery boxes where you can look at a number on the box and tell what's inside. So far, the only one is that, possibly that DOM number. So I don't see, like, usually it's like a printed in, like, factory code that they print on the box. But not every single one does this. Not every single type of miniature mystery boxes do that. But I don't see one anywhere. Alright, we're going to open them up. So, once we open them, you're going to have 2 things inside. You're going to have a blind bag. So even if you somehow are trying to feel around this box to figure out what's in there, you're going to have to content with a blind bag. And then there will be a card sleeve. Nothing else in there other than, like, the print. Alright, so I'm going to move my scissors so I don't stab myself. Nice little easy tear off on the top, if it tears right, and it didn't. Let's try the other end. Alright, who do we got first? So up first we have, who is this? This is Agile Dagger. So, now, he doesn't have his weapons. So now, this is another thing I wanted to point out is, versus the the Unstable Unicorns, is they do have little weapons that they're going to include. Or possibly, so I don't know if his is the only one, or if other ones are going to have it. But they come separate, and they're kind of tiny, so just make sure you're not opening this up, like, in your car, or you're sitting around somewhere you don't, like, accidentally, like, drop these. You could technically probably put these in any direction you want. I'm going to put them in the same order as those. Do I have something to stand them on? I do. I have a box here. We'll get them up a little bit higher. So there is him, and then let's look at his card. So you could slide this off, otherwise the card can kind of just slide out. If you open it up, it's not a sealed package. Alright, so there's going to be his card. And this is going to say, of course, he's an Agile dagger, he's a warrior. Roll 7 dice, you may play up to 2 item cards immediately. And he's kind of got like a dashing pose. And it's foil, which is really cool. So, I really like the fact that the entire card has kind of like a foily sheen to it, but really the flames are what's, like, colorful, and like he's not, versus just having the entire thing have a foil. So what I did do is I went and grabbed the original card as well. So you can see that it's got the exact same effect, little item symbols and everything. His pose is going to look like the pose from the original card, and then they got new artwork. So that's actually pretty cool too. So it's not just a foil card, it is brand new artwork. And then their poses will look like their original versions. So we'll take a look at each one of them as we go along. Alright, so that's box number 1. Alright, so let's set him off to the side. So now we're going to go for the middle front. And I already opened this one because I wanted to see what they look like. I got a little impatient. So this one is also another Agile dagger. So I'm just going to stick him back in there. You got the card there as well. Now, if we look at these codes, so these both say 720721, which of course would be the same. Now we're going to grab the front right one, so the far corner here. Now, if this works kind of like the Unstable Unicorns ones, it was, I believe all the commons were on the top, and the two secret mystery ones were in like the bottom, like left and right corners on one or either the top or the bottom side. On the bottom half, but on like one of the 4 corners. And then usually it's always like two, like every 2 next to each other are the same. So if you're buying this straight from a full box, don't grab 2 that are generally sitting right next to each other. Alright, so we're going to pull this one out. We got the card. Before we look at that, let's just take a look at that box, see if it has the same numbers. So we have, yep, same number there, PEG12, or 21G, so that's the same there. Yep, so it doesn't look like they have a production code or anything on them that I can see. So, yeah, you're basically just feeling it by weight, and taking a good shot. So, also interestingly enough to point out, is we have the 10 main classes, plus the 2 brand new ones, but we don't get a dragon, which is the Kickstarter exclusive class, which would have been kind of cool too. Alright, I'll probably just leave these things sitting out here. Alright, so here's our next pack. Figure out which side is the rippable side. There we go. This is a little bit chunkier one. So I'm going to guess this is probably pan chunks. No. Oh boy, look at that. Okay, so that top left corner was one of our brand new ones. And now, I'm not going to 100% sit here and say that every single case is the same way. But that's what we got so far. That's awesome. Maybe they did that because they figure people will try and dig to the bottom and he'll get lost in there. So he comes with two axes, which now make him hard to stand. And then let's look at his card and the new class. This is a secret reveal, or not secret, I guess it's a reveal of the brand new class. I don't think I've seen them anywhere else so far. So we have a Berserker. This is the new class type. So the Reigning King. Roll 11 plus. Zoom in a bit. Choose a class. Destroy all hero cards of that class. Oh boy. So they're going to be more of a combative, destructive class. That's nice. And as soon as the new set comes out or I get my hands on it, which hopefully will be shortly, I have it ordered. I just gotta wait for it to show up. Then I'll do an unboxing for that. And I'm gonna guess he'll be in there, so we'll get a different... it'd be neat if we have a different pose for him. It would have actually been kind of neat if this would have had an alternate pose, and that would have... This picture would have been this part in the base, but maybe they did it the opposite direction. It'll be a little disappointing if this has the exact same artwork. But still cool. Alright. So there we go. We have our third box was our Berserker class. I didn't really look at him that much. Okay. So he's got big old hair. He's got a little tail there. His axes. And we'll look at Agile dagger. I didn't really look at him too much. So yeah, you can put his daggers in either way, I guess. But I think if you put them going this way, they're going to poke into his eye. And now you notice I don't have that all the way in. It is a tight squeeze. I don't want to force it and wreck it. So I have to kind of play around with it a bit. But yeah, I don't want to just cram it in there right now and snap one of them all. Alright, so we're going to go for top half, the middle row. We're going to go for the box on the left side. We're going to see what that one is. Yep, same codes and everything. So this one doesn't weigh much, but I don't think most of them are going to be too hefty in weight. Like Panchucks, this is a big bear. Maybe the unicorn. But we'll see. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm hitting something right here in the corner. So my guess is this is our unicorn. We got our flag. So this is guiding light. Alright, how does this flag go in here? Oh, I see. Okay, so, sorry. He has a little hole here on his foot, and then the little flag has a little piece that's gonna kind of just snap in there. I'm gonna pull it away so I can actually get next to it. I know when the set was first announced, there were people that, were excited by it, of course. These miniatures, but they were hoping they would have been for the leaders of the party, rather than just a set of random warriors. And I get it because I'm so I got the Kickstarter exclusive set. So if you've watched my video, I have little acrylic cutouts of all the leader cards. So they're leader characters, so they're really neat. But not everyone's gonna have access to those. So that's why it would have been kind of cool if these guys would have also been for the leaders, because then people could oh, I have a little figure to represent my leader card. But I'm not gonna complain either way. So here we have a guiding light, the Guardian, +7. Search the discard pile for a hero and add it to your hand. This gives him a lot more of a unstable unicorn stance or look. Pretty sure I've seen them drawing just like that a lot of the time. And then his regular version, where he's sort of holding the flag there. Awesome. So there we go. That's our unicorn. So my next guess is... So we're going to do this top 100% center. So this is either A, going to be another guiding light. So that means it's going to be like, so that means either these two are one, these two are one, these two are one, then these back two are the same, and then this is our different one. Or it's going to be these two are the same, these two, these two, these two, is my guess. But we will open a box and we will find out. And that's how, kind of how the Unstable Unicorns box was, so I imagine it's just set up very similar. Again, I only have one box, so I don't know for sure. I'm not going to buy another full box of these just to compare results. If somebody else out there wants to compare with another video, they sure can. Because I really don't need... I don't need 4 of every one of these characters other than the rare ones. And most of the time, you're not going to use more than one promo card anyhow. Alright, so this guy's a little bit bulkier. Yep, so this is another unicorn. Just by feeling them. I'm so used to opening miniatures, I can tell by feels. Alright, we got another unicorn. Alright, I'm not going to spend the time going through all the packaging and all that. I'm just going to stick him back in there. Put this card back in there because it's the exact same. I will look at those later. Alright, so now we're in the top row, center, top half, center row, far right. So now, this should be a brand new one. If I had to guess, we have Warrior, Guiding Light. This is going to be Looky Rookie, is my guess. The Ranger class. See if I'm right. I am not. This is the other secret one. So they had him in the top 2 spots. He does not come with anything else. I'm gonna double check because I don't want to throw this packaging away and all of a sudden be missing an item. I know the first time I opened up my Artful or my Agile dagger, I heard something hit the floor, and I was like, oh, that's weird, and I noticed he was supposed to have weapons, and I found one in the bag, and since they're both kind of silvery, except for the handles, it kind of blended in. But there's our other brand new type, hero class. We have the Necromancer. So this will be dogs. So we have Howl of the Dead. +7, discard a hero or item card. If you discard a hero card, destroy a hero card. If you discard an item card, add a hero card from the discard pile to your hand. That is cool. So he's kind of like a jackal type character. That's neat. Even fine that he doesn't come with any extra accessories. But now we have our second new one. So there we go. If you find so far, that means everything else in here should be all the rest of them. Assuming they keep to the 2 of each, and just the 1, because you're supposed to get a full set. So that probably means I'm doing the top row, the far top left corner. So probably the middle back one's going to be the same, and then the next one you'll be share the one directly below it on the second one. Alright, let's see what we got though. So that means if you see these in store, you want to get the brand new ones, or you're trying to collect all 10, make sure you grab the top row, the right side, the first one closest to you in the front of the box, and the second one back, if you want to get the brand new ones. Again, this is just suggestion based on what I'm opening. There's a very high possibility that every box is a little different. The only reason I'm not thinking that is because I opened up 2 Agile daggers next to each other, 2 Guardian Lights next to each other, and I'm going to guess these are going to be the same too. Alright, so we got our Bunny Mage. Hopper. And then, oh, there it goes. It goes into his hand. And it looks like there's another piece in here I'm missing. Yes. And he's got a little magic ball. So a little magic ball comes out and he gets his little fire stab. That's cool that they're see-through. Like translucent. He's got a scar above his eye. Alright, so there's Hopper. His magic staff is like feeding into his little fireball. That's definitely neat. Wizard type, 7+, choose a player. That player must sacrifice a hero card. So there's his original version, which looks a lot more like what we're seeing. Alright, let's hop on to the next one. Oh, hop, because he's a bunny. I did not actually do that intentionally. Alright, so top half, back middle row. So this should be another Hopper. I'm just going to check the card right away, because if it is, I'm not going to open it. It is not. Okay. So now all of our plans are messed up, because now they're not the same next to each other. Oh, I'm afraid, I'm just so worried that I'm going to lose these little tiny accessories. Like this is maybe like a black background. So we got Shurikitty. Yeah, if it was like a black packaging instead of like silver, it might be a little bit easier to find. I don't know if people generally play with their little blind box figures or if they just use them to set them up. But I feel like the weapons on here, like, if you start trying to play with these, they're gonna fall off. So, here he is, or she possibly, holding two shurikens. If I tap on one of these, they're gonna, either one of them, they're gonna fall out of its hands. So that's what I mean, like, I don't know if people like to normally bang these around and play with them or whatever. Or if you buy them like a kid, they're gonna lose these accessories or break them off very quickly. Like, they're not meant to do that. So there's Shurikitty's ability. So Thief, 9+. Destroy a hero card if that hero card had an item equipped to it. Add that item card to your hand instead of moving it to the discard pile. And there's the original. So I couldn't copy it exactly because they really didn't kind of make a jumping post. It's the only one that doesn't have one that, so far, that doesn't look exactly like the original. But still cool. Excuse me. Alright, I guess let's see what's in our top half far right corner. So now the only other thing I can think of is, if this is not a Shurikitty, is that the three below it will all be the same. Alright, I'm gonna check the card quick. Okay, yep. So we got another Shurikitty. Alright, so that's what they did. So I went the other direction. Alright, so I'm not gonna open that one right now. So, we're going to just do a quick review here. So, on the top box, we had the Berserker, the Necromancer. So, the brand new ones were right here. We had Agile Dagger, the Warrior here. We had Guiding Light in both of these spots. Is that right? Yeah. Yep, and then we had the 2 shurikens here, and then the hopper over here. So what that's going to mean is that my guess is that this one here is going to be the other hopper, and then we're going to have 2 the same, 2 the same, 2 the same, 2 the same. So what we're going to do then, we're going to start with this back corner, and we're going to see if that's the other hopper, if that's what they did. I thought maybe they were going to go 2, 2, 2, but they went 2, 2, and then 2 back here. Alright, so we're going to start in the bottom, in the back left corner. We're going to see what we got. So if you just are grabbing stuff off of the top, you're not going to end up with all of them. I could be wrong on how they do this order. We'll find out. Okay, I am wrong. So this back bottom corner is a new one. This is almost more exciting. I would rather get the new ones and then find the duplicates later. We're gonna get Panda Chuck finally. Tear the package open so I can find his nunchucks. Alright, there's our big Panda nunchucks. There's our card. Panchucks, Fighter. Draw 2 cards. If at least one of those cards is a challenge card, you may reveal it, then destroy a hero card. Gotta get a +8. Alright, so we're down to 3 left after this. So there's his. So, he kind of looks like it. Again, he's a little bit more of an action pose on his card. So it's not as easy just to do it when they're not just standing there. This should have been a neat pose too, but you take what you can get, right? Alright. So now we're going to continue. We'll do the bottom, we're going to do the back middle. So we'll see if this is our other Panda Chucks, if it just flipped the order. It doesn't feel like it. He feels too light. Oh, here we go. We got Looky Rookie. I don't think he comes with anything else, but we're gonna double check. No. He does not come with any other accessories. There is our Looky Rookie, who's our Ranger. Alright, Looky Rookie Ranger. 5+. Search the discard pile for an item card and add it to your hand. So it's actually kind of interesting because this one actually looks more like that than his regular one. Because there he has his telescope up, and there he has it kind of down where he's actually looking. Let's take a little bit closer look at this. That's kind of neat. He's got the tree base. Nice. I like it. Alright, so we got 2 more to find. We have our Druid and our Bard. So we're going to do the bottom, back right corner. This will finish off that back row. So now, this one presumably should be Looky Rookie again, because it should be next to it. But I keep being wrong, so we're probably wrong again. Yes, we are. Okay. So they're messing up my order here. The top seemed like it was going to have some sort of order, and then the bottom half screws it up. Alright, so now we have our Druid. We have Melody. So there's Melody, the Bard, +7. Draw a card. If that card is a hero card, you may play it immediately. So there's kind of standing up on one, and then the original pose is sitting with his leg up on the log. And that's what we're going to get in this one. Alright, we got one more to find. Alright, so we got the... Let's go at the middle, the far left one. I'm going to zoom out. So we've had... Back corner, right here, was our Panchucks. Then the next one was our Looky Rookie. And then this one was the blah, 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 Melody. So now what I'm going to see if we can find out is if these ones are all the same. So if it's 2, 2, 2, and then this row is different. Or if they just have them random. Because if the bottom is completely mixed up, or in a different order, then I have no idea what to tell you guys. Yeah, this definitely feels like it could be Panchucks. Yes. So this is our other Panchucks. So I'm not going to spend time opening them right now. I'll just set him off to the side. So then we're going to do the middle one. So this one should, if it follows a pattern, should be Looky Rookie. Yep, and we got Looky Rookie here. If I can slide him out of his card sleeve. And then the last middle one on the right side should end up being Melody. So that means the front three are going to be, 2 of them will be our last one, which is our Druid. And then the last one will be Hopper. Yep, so then here we have Melody. Alright, so, yep, then we had back 2 were the Warrior Panchucks, then Looky Rookie, then Melody. So now one of these 2 on either side is going to be Hopper, who we've already had, but we've only had 1 of, and the other 2 will be the Doe. So I'm going to start with this one. I think this is Hopper. Front right corner. So he was on this side before. On the top, he was on the back corner. So basically what they did was they flipped him to the opposite side. If this is him. And yes, it's him. I could kind of tell by the weight compared to the 2. Alright, we're not going to open that one right now because we want to get into the video. Alright, so the last 2 front ones are going to be our Druid. So there is a pattern. It's just not the initial pattern I thought it was. They changed it up a little bit. Come on, card. Alright. So here's our final reveal. I don't believe they have any special items. Nope. Doe follows. Alright, Druid. So the Druids were neat because they have minuses, so you have to do under 7. Sacrifice a hero, then draw a card until you have 7 cards in your hand. So they did a slightly different one. Look at the little pouches on there. The little dots is really cool. The crown is really neat. And there's the original one. Kind of looks a little bit more like that. Alrighty. And then the last one should also be the other Druids. We already cut it open. We'll just pull that card out and verify. For some reason, I am dumb wrong, which I shouldn't be. No. Another go follows. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that's all I got for the Here to Slay Vinyl Miniature Series. So if you want the brand new 2 classes, they're in the top, on the top side. At least in my box, they were on the top side, on the far right corner, and the middle right. And then you can kind of see how the rest of them were laid out. We had 2 and 2 next to each other, on the other sides. And then the bottoms were opposite corners, and then next to each other. So you have an idea. So if you see a full box and you're trying to collect all 10, and you don't want to buy each and every individual one, there's a high chance that if you follow my pattern, you're going to get the exact same thing. But I can't imagine they're going to make every box different if they have it in that pattern. If they were going to make them different, 1 or 2 being next to each other is a coincidence, but all of them being next to each other in a pattern like that seems planned. Additionally, you can always go to the Unstable Unicorns website, unstablegames.com, and you can buy a full box like I did. So each pack I think is $10 retail. So if you find it's at like Hot Topic or something, they're going to probably be like $15. So keep that in mind. Because you can go to the Unstable store, you can buy a full case for $150 with free shipping. So if you're going to Hot Topic and you're trying to buy all 10 at $12 or $15 each, it might just be better to go buy a full box, and get duplicates. And then you don't have to worry about it like I did, versus, or like Hot Topic or wherever else might carry them. If they're higher than $10, justify your cost. Because at $10 and you buy 10 of them, it's only $100. So it's a $50 savings if you can pick them out, and get one of each. Great. Or if you only want a specific one, even better. But if you want all 10 and you can find them individually at $10 or less each, great. You save $50. But if you're not for sure, or some are missing, or you think people have dug through the box already, it might be worth spending the extra $50 just to buy a full case, and maybe you can resell the other ones or give them away to other people as gifts. That's what I did. My Unstable Unicorns, I gave all my duplicates away as Christmas present toppers. It's a really nice little thing. Like, hey, here's a little funky little unicorn that kind of fits your personality. And I'll probably do the same thing with these. Alright, so that's what I got. Good luck, good hunting. And I'll see you guys in the next video for hopefully looking at Berserkers and Necromancers. Bye. Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another unboxing for Firefly Adventures. So this video we're going to go over both of the crew expansion sets, the Respectable Folks with Inara and Shepherd Book, and the Wanted Fugitive set with Simon and River. Since these are the only 2 expansions, there we go. So why am I can't see anything? Since they're the only 2 expansions available at the time, and there's not a ton of content in there, I'm just going to do one video doing both of them. You need the base set, Brigands and Brown Coats, to play these. These are 100% extra. But they're going to give you 2 new characters each, some new scenarios, and a couple new equipment cards. So let's jump in and take a look. So first we're going to look at the Wanted Fugitives, River and Simon set. Much like the original game, your box is actually going to be a playset. So this is the Industrial Yard. This is kind of neat, so it gives you another little play area to add in there. So if you start doing your own scenarios or anything like that, you have a different one to do. So that's cool. You get an extra little thing. Plus, it's also a neat reason to, like, not get rid of the boxes. The only downside, though, is that everything else fit in the base game, and now you're stuck with, if you buy these, now you have, it's like you don't have to throw away the boxes, you have a reason to keep them, but you also have extra boxes that's kind of sitting around, because I don't think they'll fit into the base game. I'll have to try to see if they will or not. So here you're going to get instructions. Just one of fugitives. Gives you a little bit of description about each character. It would have been neat if they had this in the base game as well, where it kind of explains what some of their abilities are and how you're supposed to use them. But they didn't, and that's alright. So, we are going to get some new scenarios. We have Raging River. So here I have our new box here, and then one of the things on the side, you use all this stuff from the base game. So it's a crew of 4 plus river, so you have to use river in this one. And it's a little bit simpler. It doesn't have a dual page, but it has all the other stuff you're going to need in there. So there's that one. And then we're going to get Escape, which is another one. And we're going to have all our regular stuff. It explains what it is. Special rules, intel, getting your gear, talk to sheep, some cowboys, some objectives, some escapees, and then your event chart, and you're getting paid. And then the other one we're going to get is the Chase. Place a bodyguard thug on a squared mark. So it's also interesting about this one here is it does not use the industrial yards. This is a third expansion that does not use either of the two things from this set. So you can play it with just the base game, which is kind of neat. Dagger Alive, job rules, driving the mule. Your events, getting paid, and measure of success. Alright, so then we're going to hop into the actual interesting stuff, I guess. The cards. We're going to get 2 more down cards, one for each character. Even though you already had them in the base game, they just give you some extra ones, which is kind of neat. We're going to get our tokens here, so we get our character tokens. We have an explosion token, which goes with our bomb. We have 4 more hit points and some cargo tokens, which will have another 500,000 and equipment. I like that because, again, you can add some more stuff to your characters. We're going to have Casual Simon. Grab one of these boxes because this worked really well for the other video. Alright, so before we look at Simon, here are his little minifigs. So he's heroic, he's running with his briefcase, or his, not briefcase, but his medical bag. Otherwise he's just kind of standing there. I mean, I guess I wish his casual pose would have been, maybe a little bit better, a little bit different, because they don't look terribly different. Like, some of the other ones, like Jane had a hat on that he didn't, or like Wash had different stuff, or like Mal's trench coat was open. But yeah, his two kind of don't look too different. But then again, it also sort of speaks to Simon's generic plainness to an extent. So his casual, he has move. Next to an alert available goon, move the goon 4 movements on the timeline. He can heal for 2. So he's one of the best healers right off the bat. He's next to River. He can have River act casual and assist if available. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were ready to save some lives. He's also a double tech like Kaylee. And then if we flip him over, we have this bounty on us just keeps getting more exciting. So move anytime, at any time, add 2 tech to a visible crew's tech test. Reroll a failed tech test, heal 2, and act casual. He's got 3 hit points. So it's kind of a a replacement for Kaylee, at least in a little bit. He's maybe not as good as the tech stuff. But you can do them and you can still heal. So you can kind of fit in different areas there. And then we're going to have River. So there's River. So like this is what I was talking about more like compared to Simon's. So here we have her just kind of standing there like hanging out, and then we have her with an axe and a blade. More based off of the movie version. Yeah, it looks a little bit cooler that she has double poses and stuff. So her casual, she has some special stuff with her. She's going to be a little bit trickier to play. You gave up everything you had to find me, and you found me broken. So she doesn't get any skill bonuses, she gets to just add a straight up die. So everyone else gets to add like one or two or three different of a specific skill. She can add anything, but it's based on a die roll. So it can be really high, or it could be lower depending on how you roll. So River adds +1 die to all skill tests, but for each disgruntled die roll, she takes a wound. So there's a downside of it. She has lots of move. She can move Simon. She can look at the top card of the challenge deck, which is very helpful. It's just be simulating her like mental abilities, and she can assist if available. And then, when she flips over to Heroic, she keeps her ability. She has a lot more movement. She can brawl. While brawling, wound all adjacent goons if successful. She can shoot. And according to her character sheet, the instructions, says she can shoot without having to have a gun. Which is interesting. So I'm wondering if it's supposed to maybe feel like she's throwing one of her 2 weapons she has. Because yeah, that's actually pretty powerful. You can move a goon towards her at any time if available. Ignore 1 wound from shooting. I can also kill you with my brain. She has 5 health, which gives her some of the most health. But the thing you might notice that she does not have on here is she does not have a way to act casual. So that was the other thing that's a little bit tricky with this. So it says, next to River, have River act casual. So the only way to get River off of Heroics is to have Simon show up and do it. Is flip her over. So if you're playing a mission where everyone needs to be casual for some reason, like at the end or whatever, if you play as River, you have to play Simon. So they kind of come as sort of like a package deal. You don't have to play as both of them, but it's going to make controlling River a lot harder. Plus, she has lots of health, and she could get hurt a lot easier. Alright, so let's check out our equipment here. We have stand-proof shades. We have a surgical kit. Jacketed ammo. We have timed demo charge. This is our little symbol. So exhaust to place the explosion time marker ahead of you on the timeline, and the demo charge token next to on the map. On each square, characters within 4 squares of the demo charge take 3 wounds. So this is kind of neat. So it's like the grenade you could throw and just blow up and do damage. This one, you can place that thing down, put the timer wherever you want down there. So how many spaces you want to go, and then you need to get away from it. So that's kind of cool. We have a breaching tool. Some med foam. A shiny coat and tie. A chain and tow hook. It's just kind of brawl. If you brawl into a wound, you may brawl with a second goon for no additional time. We have the PAL radio. And then, big one here, we have a katana. You may brawl with multiple goons roll a die per goon next to you and add all their fight skills to get the goon's total. If your total is higher, then they all take 1 wound. If the goon's total is higher, you take 1 wound per goon next to you. So if you're fighting 3, you roll a die for each one, and you have to try and beat that. It's a risk-reward thing. Again, sort of like River's thing. But you can definitely do a bunch of damage, take out a bunch of people all at once. Alright, so that was what we had for Wanted Fugitives. So if you're interested in that, kind of some extra healing and some like critical thing, extra equipment cards are definitely fun. And then we're going to look at the other one, Respectable Folk. That's going to have could be a lot of the same type of stuff. So in this set, we are going to get another box. We're going to get the Garden, which is definitely different. All the rest of them have all kind of been like odd buildings and stuff, and here we're gonna get a more like scenic thing. This is supposed to be a lot of the episode where Mel confronts we're at the party and he has to sword fight. That's the Garden they're talking about. So of course we're gonna get the character sheet, gonna explain stuff about Anara Sierra and Shepherd Book, explaining some of their abilities. We're gonna get our missions. We have Dock Unrest. I do like these ones where like the roller, it's like a little town. Kinda neat. This one doesn't specify how many people can play, or it specifies it down here, but it's just saying 50. So we have an alarm in there, we have some eyes on the ground, some terminals to hack, stashes. If you accidentally or intentionally down a goon, you may heal the body. If you heal these 2 wounds, replace the body token of the goon that was downed. You can't remember which goon goes with which body. It's been too long, they've bled out and can't be saved. That's kind of funny. Some events and some getting paid. We have this one here, we have the Garden Gala, which we use the garden there. 5 crews set up, some different buildings around there. Different stuff there, intel, show your hand, events. I'm not going to read through all of these. And then we have a very interesting one here. So this is Shanty's Suite. So you're going to take box number 10 from the base set and only start with that. Then what you do is when you exit, you actually have to place new buildings. So some special pathways. So you're going to enter a new building. You draw a token and you roll a die. And the token will tell you which building you are. And then you roll a die to find out what happens in there. So it's kind of interesting. Then you place some different goons and stuff. So you're going to be expanding it as you go using all your different buildings. Which is definitely neat. So rather than automatically seeing what you are, you're kind of going in blind. Which is a different thing. Alright, so we're going to have another thing. The same as the other expansions here. 2 characters, a thermal charge, 1,500. 2 down cards. I like that they do include them though, even though you don't technically need them because there's 5 in the base game. But I do like that they did, because then if you want to do a customized mode where you're going to play as, you know what, we're going to play as all 7 characters. Or we're going to play as all 9 characters. We're going to do an all-out mission with all 9 characters. You have the option of doing it. So here's Anara's 2 poses. I love that they're very different. So she has a crossbow. I don't honestly remember her having a crossbow in the show. I mean, I know she's picked up weapons before. The only episode I can think of is when they went to the town that had all the former companions. And they're guarding the building and the pregnant lady. It's been a while since I've watched every episode, so I can't remember specific names or anything. That's the only episode I can think of where she might have had a crossbow. Alright, her abilities are going to be... and what exactly was our net profit on the famous wobbly-headed doll caper? So she's a negotiator, so she's the first one with a lot of negotiating. Movement, she can reroll failed negotiations. She can roll for 8 next to an alert goon to switch them back to waiting. So that's definitely great. She can actually, in casual, she can stop goons from being active, take them off the board. She can move a visible goon towards her, she can distract them. So she's all about good assisting there. And then her heroic side, she has some more moves. Rerolling a negotiation. When shot at, change the target to the nearest character. So basically, if somebody tries to shoot her, she can be like, no, you shot Jade instead. And she can brawl, which is kind of fun. And there's her actual pose with the crossbow there. What? You didn't see it coming? At 3, she's a little bit weaker. Then we have our favorite preacher. We have Shepherd Book. So this is his thing. Takes, if you haven't read any of the comic books, they actually do explain his past. So this kind of takes a little bit more from that, which is interesting. So here we have him again. We have him down, one knee, shooting a rifle. Or we have him reading his Bible. Nothing super special there, but cool nonetheless. So his abilities, he can fire or negotiate. Move. Uninjured heroic crew next to Book may act casual, even if they're in the sight of goons. So normally, you have to be out of the sight of them to change back to casual. He can kind of be like, no, look at me, and the other guy can be like, I can flip back to casual quick. Reroll a job event result if available. Move any available goon's time marker 2 moments, and assist after rolling a skill test if available. So that's even cooler because he can assist after he sees what it is, so he can decide if he needs to or not. His heroic side. Movement, he can heal a crew member. Heal, and then if they're healed, they're back to full health. He can have them stand up immediately. So it's definitely a great healing ability. Because Simon can only heal for 2, which is awesome. But Shepherd can help them get right back on their feet without having to wait till their turn. He's got Brawl. At a terminal, succeeding a negotiate challenge to take an intel token and act casual. It is, however, somewhat fuzzier on the subject of kneecaps. And 4 health puts him in the middle. I didn't read his other one. I believe there's a power greater than men. A power that heals. Alright, then we're going to look at our item cards. We have the timed demo charge, which we've already talked about. We have a vector pistol. A guild papers. Companion knife. There's her crossbow. Armored piercing ammo. Oop, the good book. A laser pistol. Dueling swords. And local maps. Alright, so that was it. So there's definitely some content in these expansions because you get the characters, you get some extra items which make the game interesting. You get the one big buildings on each one, which is neat. I do wish, if honestly, if I had to say, if the things they would have added, I would have liked potentially another small building. Maybe like instead of the rectangle size, like the little crate ones, maybe if they had one of those like a small, like more of like just blocking terrain. Like if they just had something like you can't enter, but they would have added. But even the base game, I wish would have had maybe something like that. So the smaller things that are just like a hindering terrain thing would have been kind of cool. I also would have liked some negotiation cards. Like they could have thrown in like 3 for each, like or 2 for each even, like 4 total. Like just like, oh, I played the game 20 times, now I bought the expansion. It would have been kind of neat to potentially have, even 4 brand new ones. That's something different. I mean, the items are nice too, but it would have been neat if they had some more negotiation cards. The other thing that would have been kind of neat would have been, even like one more, bad guy in each set. Like, it would have been neat if you had 1 thug, 1 cowboy for each, like 4 characters. Or even just like 1 had a thug, 1 set had a cowboy. Again, just that extra little bit. But maybe they were potentially thinking about releasing like a 3rd expansion with that. I don't know. Alright, so one last thing I wanted to show off. Sorry if this is a little bit fuzzier video, but if you go to the Gale Force 9's website, which is G as in God, F as in Force, 9 the letter, games.com. You can go to their Firefly page, otherwise it's Firefly that website. They actually have 3 extra maps you can play on, or different scenarios. So you have part of the problem, part of the success. This is created by the community. It's kind of neat. That way you can do some extra different ones. Kind of pause on these a little bit, so if you want to maybe just write them down. So there's that one. There is Joyride. I think the first 2 here are available for... They'll work with the base set, of course. And then the last one here uses both expansions, because you have the garden over here, and you have the industrial over here, and there's the mule there. There's a big box set. But yeah, you escape the dragon's lair. Entering a building, there's some different stuff, event charts. But yeah, so that's definitely something different you can do. Check out this website if you want to get some more of those. Alright, that's what I got for Firefly Adventures. See you guys in the next videos. Bye!